So, hello everyone. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan, and I've made my slides a bit more personal. So, this is my mother, and she was brought up and raised in Mumbai, India, where she did her master's in child psychology, and she became a brilliant poet and a writer and a teacher. She married my father, who was from the neighboring country of Pakistan, and they both moved to Pakistan at a time when India-Pakistan relationships were quite strained. Because I grew up in a family my parents grew up in completely different environments. I grew up in a family that placed a lot of emphasis on respecting diversity and acceptance. So these are my sisters. I have 3 sisters. So from an early age, I developed a love for writing, debate, art and literature, and I worked because I got a lot of encouragement from my family, and because of that I developed an intense love for modern United Nations and spoken word poetry. Now a defining moment for me was when I had a very special kind of interaction in urban Karachi, the city where I'm from. I asked a young boy of around 10 years old as to why he was sitting in isolation and not playing street cricket with the other kids. He replied that he was not allowed to play with the other kids because they were Hindus and he himself is a Muslim. Now you have to understand that this reply is not a representation of Pakistan, because I have a lot of Hindu and Christian friends whom I love deeply. But at that moment I was truly shocked, because minds are molded from a young age to develop hatred based on caste, religion and skin color. I knew I had to do something in order to eradicate this intolerance and make the people of my community to be a bit more empathetic towards each other. But I did not know how. I delved into what exactly I could do. And arts, writing, literature had not only educated me, but had prevented me from having a myopic view of the world, to be open to different ideas, religions, backgrounds. And at that moment, I knew exactly what I had to do in order to bring the people of my community closer together. I established the literary content of Youth Arts Literary Exhibition, a project which is very dear to my heart. I put in my soul, my heart, my energy into it because I genuinely believed in its mission, that is to create a harmonious community through art and literature. Photography, theatre and writing competitions took place, and we managed to get amazing guest speakers from diverse fields of journalism, media and psychology who spoke about art piracy, the dying art culture of Pakistan and the steps that we the youth can take to revive it. We also had amazing spoken word poets who expressed themselves beautifully through a creative medium. And in a span of 3 days, I led a team of curators to conduct 8 panel discussions and 3 different competitions. Arts and literature is something that is rarely encouraged in the Pakistani society. And to talk about things like obsessive compulsive disorder or depression or schizophrenia is considered a taboo, because majority of the society thinks that these mental diseases do not even exist. By giving youth a creative platform, we gave them complete freedom to discuss whatever they wanted to do. So they could discuss about the frustrating politics of Pakistan, the turmoil they go through in their everyday lives, or whatever they wanted to discuss. There was absolutely no restrictions, and they had complete freedom to do that. My personal favorite was the guest speaker session by Jabran Nasir, who is a human rights activist in Karachi, and he encouraged youth to go out of their homes and protest against the violation of the basic human rights, such as lack of security, which is given by the Pakistani government. So we are struggling in that sphere too. Through this experience, I realized one really important thing, and that is, for any society in this world to thrive and succeed, we really need creative platforms. And why? Because it makes people around us become more open-minded and tolerant towards each other. Now let me tell you of a completely different story. I was in the United States in fall 2015, and I was there for an exchange semester for 4.5 months. This was a time when the presidential election campaigning was carried out, and this was also a time when I heard the most hurtful things that people were saying about Muslims and about Islam. I went back to my university in Cleveland, Mississippi, and I asked people what they thought about Pakistan. I asked them, what is the first word or sentence that comes to your mind when I say the word Pakistan? These are some of their replies. Not even kidding. So, you know, these are very negative reactions, and some of them I did not even put in these slides. But, you know, I was upset by a lot of ignorant reactions, but I decided that I will not get demotivated, and I will break these stereotypes and I will change their perceptions. I organized presentations in my university where I spoke about the strong Pakistani women who have gone out there and have won Nobel Peace Prizes and Oscars for Pakistan. I spoke about the beauty that is Pakistan, and I spoke about the rich culture of Pakistan. I also highlighted the kind values that Islam promotes, which changed perceptions of a lot of people about my religion and country. In future, I plan to educate the kids in primary schools through culture, art, about different cultures all over the world, so that, you know, when they grow up, they can learn to be more tolerant, they can learn to think critically and out of the box. And I hope that through art, education and empowerment, we can continue to promote tolerance within our respective communities. Thank you.